like most of you, when I go out and buy a gun, I keep a lot of hypotheticals in my mind. Well, what would I use this for? Or in case of this thing, I need this gun. Or if I want to go do this thing, I need this gun. And a lot of times those are many of the videos that I've made, specifically things like if I had to leave the house with 2 guns, which 2 would I grab? And I've made a lot of those kind of videos, but there's one question that I've been asked, and I've really pondered this one a long time, is if you could only have 1 gun for the rest of your life, meaning that you need this gun, you pick out this gun now, and that's it. That's your gun for the rest of your life. That changes a lot. One, ammo situation is a big question mark. Dependability, a big one. If you have 1 gun and you take care of it, most guns should last a solid 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years if you take good care of it. But if you knew that if it broke, that was it, like you didn't get another gun, then you kind of take a lot of, in my opinion, the modern semi-automatic handguns out of the equation. There's a few that I would consider, like a Glock. I'm sure if you took good care of your Glock that it would last 50, 60, 70 years. But we really haven't had a lot of that to look at so far. And even the military puts limits on the Glock. They say it'll last this long. They've done so many tests with the Glock, it's ridiculous. I think about the CZ75. Those would probably be the 2 that if they were semi-automatic, that I might pick from. But in the end, I don't think I'm going to pick a semi-automatic pistol. I also don't think I'm going to pick a rifle of any kind because I want to carry it. If you only have 1 gun and it's a rifle, you can never conceal that thing. You probably could, but it'd be much harder. So I don't think there'd be any scenario where it was a rifle or a shotgun, other than maybe something like a Mossberg Shockwave I might consider, because it's a pump action. Now you're getting more into the manual actions, which is what I would be interested in. But in the end, I ultimately think I would pick a revolver for several reasons. One, it's gonna work. It's gonna work now. It's gonna work in 50 years. It's gonna work in 100 years. As long as you don't overload it with a high-powered round, you're going to do great. And the revolver that I would pick would be a .357 Magnum. And I have one specifically in mind. Let's start with, I think the .357 would be a great gun if you could only have 1 gun for the rest of your life, because it's definitely going to work. You can use .38 Special. You can use .357. You could put a ton of .38 Special through that with practice, and you're not going to cause any damage to that gun at all. It's always going to work. But there's a lot of revolvers I wouldn't pick because it's still a Magnum round. I'd tell you what I would want to pick. I would want to pick an EAA Vindicator because I love that gun. I've been carrying that for about 8, 9 years now. Still a great gun. Still a great gun. But I wouldn't pick it simply because there's not a lot of time behind that gun for other people that I've seen out there. As well as it's kind of got that plastic around the barrel that, I don't know, it just makes me think, I don't know, how long would that really last? And it's a smaller gun when it comes to a Magnum gun as well. I'd also want to pick a Kimber K6 Combat. And that's originally what I was going to pick. I was definitely going to pick the Kimber K6S Combat. Great revolver. I like the longer barrel. But in the end, I kind of go back to the EAA Vindicator. I'm not sure about their steel. I've heard some things in the past about their 1911s, and I just don't know what a Kimber K6S looks like in 50 years, and nobody in the world does. So that's not one. But ultimately what I would pick is a Smith & Wesson Model 66 Combat Magnum. that would be the gun. If I could only have one gun for the rest of my life, it would be the Smith & Wesson Model 66 Combat Magnum. It's a great concealed carry gun. It is going to last forever. It has the test of time to show. It's definitely a great one. I also was leaning towards the 6.86, but I went with the 66 Combat Magnum. Either one, I guess I'd be fine with either one, but if I had to just pick one, it would be the Smith & Wesson Model 66 Combat Magnum. I think it would last easily 100 years. And in the end, I would like to be here when Jesus comes back. And if you are, then you never die. So really, I'd kind of need a gun to last forever. So any thoughts or insight on that? Definitely put that below. I would love to hear what gun you would choose if you could only have one gun for the rest of your life. It's a tough one to think about. Definitely put those below. I would like to take a moment and say most people that watch this channel are not subscribers to this channel. Please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests, and never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.